Hello there! Today we're going to make a fun little turtle and turn him into a charming trinket tray. It's a simple project that only requires a 500 gram block of clay and something to smooth it out like a palette knife. So let's get into it. First, grab your 500 gram block of grey Air Hardening Modelling Clay. Start by setting aside 2 smaller portions for the flippers. With the remaining larger chunk, we'll begin shaping the head and the body. Pinch the clay at the neck to form a separation for their head. Then round out the body into an oval shape. Keep shaping the body and start pushing out the middle to create the bowl shape for the tray. Don't stress if it's a bit lopsided, you can always carve off any uneven sections with a tool if needed. This step takes some time, so be patient as you mould your turtle into the shape that you want. Don't forget to pinch out the turtle's tail. Personally, I think the tail is one of the cutest parts of this project. Keep any leftover clay wrapped up on the side. You can save it for later or use it for another project. Next, let's make the flippers. Take the 2 smaller sections of clay and flatten them out. Be sure not to make them too thin, as we don't want them breaking off later. Roughly shape them and you can refine them a bit more in a while. Now lift the turtle's body and place it over the flippers, pressing down gently from the side of the bowl. This helps the 2 parts stick together. If needed, this is a great time to refine the shape of the flippers. Have you created one of our projects? Make sure you send us a photo. We love seeing your creations. Once you're happy with the size and shape of your turtle, it's time to smooth everything out. I tend to smooth as I go, but this is the perfect moment to do any final touches. Take your time with this, it's quite a relaxing process. I find it easiest to smooth the clay by dipping my fingers in a bit of water and gently running them along the surface. Just be careful not to use too much water, as it can make the clay too slippery. Allow any excess water to dry off, and then we'll add the turtle's face. Start by creating a little smile with a carving tool. I just use the edge of my palette knife to carve one side, then mirror it on the other side. For the eyes, take some leftover clay and form 2 small balls. Attach them to either side of the head and smooth them into place. Leave them for a while to set, then we can come back and carve small slits in to define the eyeballs and eyelids. Now it's time to let the turtle dry completely. While that happens, we use the leftover clay to make a shell, because all turtles need a shell. This is optional, but it also doubles as a lid for your trinket tray. To create the shell, roll the leftover clay into a circular shape, pinching it to form an upside down rounded dish. Keep the turtle's body nearby to check if the shell fits. Once you're happy with the size, refine the shape and smooth it out like you did with the body. If you notice any cracks in the clay, like the one I've got here, use your palette knife and a tiny bit of water to smooth the pieces back together. You can leave the shell plain and smooth, or if you want to, you can add a pattern. Grab a sculpting tool with a fine point and we can carve it. Start by carving a circle around the edge. Then add 4 lines across the back to guide your shell pattern. Add the classic turtle shell pattern and a few etches into the edges and it's done. Lift the shell carefully, place it back down so it keeps its shape and doesn't distort. Finally, leave your turtle and shell to dry. Because of the thickness of the clay, this may take a day or 2, so be patient. You can stop here and enjoy your turtle, or once completely dry, you can paint it. To paint, feel free to grab any acrylic paints you have on hand. Or if you are following along with how we're going to paint our turtle, you will need green, brown, yellow ochre, white and black for the eyes. Once the grey clay has turned a light colour, it's a good indication that the clay is bone dry. Of course you can paint your friend any colour you like, but if you'd like to paint it up like ours, then you can follow along. First we paint the hollow of the dish and the underside of the dish in black and let this dry. Next, we mix up a very light green from titanium white, a touch of sap green and a touch of raw sienna. We're using a tear-off paper palette today for easy cleanup, but you can use whatever you have at hand. Stay inspired and don't miss a video from us. Subscribe and leave a comment below with what you'd like us to create next. We'd love to hear from you. Add a touch more raw sienna to the green mix and paint in the top of the shell. We then squeeze out some burnt umber and lamp black. Mix these to create a dark brown and using a fine liner brush, paint in the bottom half of each segment on the shell. Once the shell is finished, put it aside to dry. We can then use the liner brush to create the round markings on the head and flippers. You might like to practice to get the shapes right on a scrap piece of paper. If you like this project, we've got loads more on our website. Jump online to check out our Create blog and sign up with the Creative Connection to get lessons, inspo tips and more sent directly to your inbox. Staying inspired doesn't have to cost a cent. The eyes can then be painted in white and some blue can be added. And voila! Well, thanks for watching. Hopefully you're inspired to make your own turtle trinket dish. And if you do, we'd love to see it. Stay tuned and remember to always keep on creating.